Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Heayman channel. And I'm Cosmic, and today I wanted to talk about, on this podcast, the cost of following your own desires and goals. And this is something that's actually been weighing pretty heavy on my mind. Not like anything bad or negative or anything, but it's been something that's been in my mind these last couple of days. Especially because I got a new job recently, so like on the job I'll think about, to reach these goals, to reach these achievements that I want in life, what is that going to cost me? And to be quite blunt with you, in my personal opinion, which is subjective to everybody, I think to get whatever you want out of life, it's going to cost you everything, and you have to put your everything into it. Like, you have to put all your cards on the table, and you have to give it your all. And that's something that it's just crazy to think like where I'm going to be like 10 years from now versus like now, like what the amount of work I had to put in, the amount of just the amount of effort, determination, ambition, just to reach all these goals and achievements, and everybody should have like a plan in mind of like what to do. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe like plan out like your next 5 years, your next 3 years, your next 10 years, and follow through with that. And you have to give it your all. It's just that simple. And I believe that if what you truly want, or your ultimate goal is in life, or goals, I believe that it should cost you everything. In terms of like, not in terms of like, a negative way in terms of costing things, but like, you're putting in everything you have so that the fruits of your hard labor will be multiplied beyond like imagination. So like let's say I have a goal from 10 years from now, which is to be financially stable, which is true. That is one of my goals, is to make sure I don't have debt, that I'm being smart with my money, that I'm investing, that I'm saving, paying stuff off in cash, things like that. And then I'm making smart decisions in money between things that I want versus things that I need. So always having that differentiation between your wants and your needs when using your money correctly. But in terms of that, it's like I have that goal, and I know that the cost of that is going to be not having to buy everything I want. There's certain things that maybe I'd like to buy that I'm not going to buy, and sometimes you have to like take the sacrifice of like, I need to buy the things that I need first so that in the future I could buy the things that I want. And that's kind of how I see things in my 20s. Like, there's a lot of stuff I could buy, or that I want to buy, but it's like I should be smart about my money, my saving, living to a budget. Even though I'm 20, people are like, why would you want to live to a budget in your 20s? It's like, because you want to set yourself up for success, and to do that, it's going to cost you some time to learn some new things and try out some new stuff and just be responsible as a young adult. And I think that's important for people to, especially people my age and younger, or even older, it doesn't really matter the age. Like, whoever hears this, I hope they get something out of it. Because there's a lot that everybody wants to do in their life, I hope so. There's a lot that I want to achieve in my life, and hopefully, I get to live long, and I'll knock it all out. But I know the cost of it is going to cost me everything, because it should. I'm one of those people that believe that, I deserve life, I deserve to be here, and everything, but I feel like to get what I want out of life, to me, it personally should never be handed. And I don't expect it to be handed out, My parents set me up really well, like, up until I was 18, even now when I'm 21, my parents set me up extremely well. But they gave me the boost I needed to reach my ultimate success and desires, And I feel like with that, I don't ever want a handout, And sometimes it's tempting, maybe people in life actually do get handouts and they take it, but for me personally, it's like I know I literally started from the bottom, Like, and a lot of people do. You guys could see success stories, or even you guys know people personally that came from nothing. And I'm one of those people, from a Western way of looking at it, I came from nothing. Not like there's people around the world that actually came from zero, nothing, no food, no water. They had to hunt, they had to do what they needed to or whatnot. So I don't want to take away what people outside of America have been through, because they've been through a lot worse than we have. But in terms of like the Western life, I grew up pretty poor. No complaints either. I'm proud of where I came from. I'm proud of my parents. I'm proud of where they came from to where they're at now. And for me personally, it's like I look at myself in my 20s and like where I want to be in life, and I know that what my parents did to get me here is what I'm gonna have to do for myself and then for my own kids. So I know that the cost of all these desires, all these goals that I have, it's gonna cost me everything. I'm gonna have to put it all on the table, and I'm gonna have to work for it. And to do that, I'm fine with it. I'd rather work towards what I want to do in life and know that that's what's for me and that's what I want to do, than to give up and do nothing and completely just waste my life not trying at all, not giving it my all, not helping other people, not doing what I should be doing. My responsibility as a son, a grandson, uh, my responsibility as a friend, as a coworker, as a human being. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, and I know that I got to put my everything into it, and it should cost everything because that's something. If it's something I'm truly passionate about, why wouldn't I give it my all? Why wouldn't I put all my eggs in that one basket? And like, let's say on the off chance that I never achieve my ultimate subjective success, then it's like I'm gonna die trying. Then I'm not gonna stop. Like the only thing that's really gonna stop me, in my opinion, is like death itself. Other than that, maybe you have to work harder than other people. Like, of course, that's how life is. Sometimes you have to work harder than people. Sometimes you have to put more time and effort, more blood, sweat, and tears. But like, if that's what it takes, then count me in. I'm putting my all in. If it's gonna cost everything, then I'll put it in because I know that once I reach that finish line, once I reach that next stepping stone, that everything in my life is gonna get even more better. So I know that the cost of my own blood, sweat, and tears, my own agony, pain, the inconceivable hard work, I know that that's going to pay off. And I know that it was well worth putting in the time because I know all the fruits of my hard labor that's going to come from it, all the people that I can help, all the people in my life that I can bless, that have blessed me. And I can return a lot of favors for people that have done extremely good stuff for me and for my family and friends and my community. So that's like stuff I think about. Um, and none of it's easy. Like I said, none of my goals, none of your goals most likely are going to be easy to achieve. And I think it's important to have this conversation because a lot of people want the fast way. Even me. I used to like look at, I never bought courses, but I would watch videos on like how to get rich quick and how to get, how to get muscle, how to put on muscle quick and all this other stuff. But it's like to do anything you want in life, it's like gardening. And this is something I've actually done a lot. It's gardening. It's like you have to plant your seeds of your own subjective success, your own goals. And as time goes on, slowly just water it, water, and give it more and more, and refine it and take care of it, and treat your own goals like you would the most precious thing in the world to. That's how you should treat it. And continue to refine your skills as a person, continue to grow in knowledge. That's something I've definitely tried to do, is make sure that I'm never stuck in one spot, that I'm always trying to reach a new limit for myself. Whether that's physically, you guys heard me say it before too, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I always want to push myself, I always want to reach new heights because as a person, there's so much, like it's unique to everybody. This is the awesome part about being a human being, is there's so much untapped potential that I haven't hit, that you haven't hit, that we can work for it and we could just see a version of ourselves that we've never seen before. We could see dedication we've never seen before, ambition, whatever it is, we can like push ourselves to some crazy limits. And we've seen a lot of that throughout human history, whether it's through people doing things with athletics or people with their writing skills. There's a lot of different things and different ways you could push yourself to your limit. And that's what I think kind of goes in with, it's going to cost you everything to try to reach what you want to do. And growing's a part of it. You have to grow that seed of your own subjective success. You got to grow that seed of like wanting to do more for yourself, whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally. It doesn't matter. You got to do what you can for yourself. And this is something that it was really never taught to me, but it's always like I've seen it through my parents' lives. Like a lot of the stuff I talk about on my podcast were like maybe some stuff I've heard from people or I've heard from like something online or whatever, or a personal story, but most of the stuff I've seen just in other people's lives. One thing that I like to do personally is I like to observe people's lives, whether they make mistakes or not. I like to see where they come from and how they got to the point where they're at, because I kind of want to learn as much as I can from other people as I possibly can, so that I can, better put together a plan for my own life and put a plan together for my own growth as a person. And I think that's something that's very important that everybody in some aspect should do. Whether you want to look at your grandparents' life or your parents, look throughout human history, whatever it might be, any type of entertainment, which be careful if you're going to look at like, people like in entertainment and like, people that are in the music industry. There's a lot of like stuff you should be careful about. But just make sure that whatever you look at in terms of like a reference of where you want to be in life or how you want to get there, just make sure that you know that it's for you. And I guess to realize that it's for you, you got to figure out who you are, you know. But that's just something that's a lot of stuff that I've actually been thinking about because, I'm 21, instead of spending time doing stupid stuff, I kind of just want to spend more time, like, obviously trying to figure out, like, what I'm going to do in life and how I'm going to get there and how I'm going to achieve these goals. Because I know it's going to, like I said, I know I've said it a bunch of times, but I know what it's going to cost me and I know what I'm going to get out of it. So all I have to do is just figure out how I'm going to get there, What are the steps I need to take? What are the ways I need to prepare myself? And what are the ways I need to grow in knowledge and grow in just different types of areas of life to get there? And that's pretty much the spot that I'm in life, which is a pretty good spot. I'm in a very blessed position in life right now. And I think that, actually, no, sorry. I know that it only gets better from here. And I hope that, like, whoever watches this, that it can help you out too and help point you in the right direction of where you should be. Because this is, like, something that, as strange as it is, like, I also use my podcast to also document, like, kind of just where I'm at, where my headspace is at, like, where my life is at. And it's awesome to share with you guys too. I think that's pretty important as well. And I can't wait. Like, I think so far, so much has happened, for everybody, especially going into last year. It's like, we went through quite a bit last year. It's insane. 2020 was a pretty crazy year, but so far for 2021, it's been an amazing year for me. And I've been pushing my limits. I've been learning. I've been pushing myself physically, which has been probably the hardest part. Emotionally, I've been extremely well. Spiritually, I still need to work on, but ultimately, I've been doing pretty well this year. I've grown a lot too in the last 5 months. I've noticed that as well. I feel like, like I've told you guys before, I don't feel like I've changed until it's at least the age of 20, maybe 19. But at most, I'd probably say like 20 was like the year where I actually felt like everything I talk about, everything I tell people, I actually started to really put into motion. Like really actually like live that out. So turning 21 in April, a couple weeks ago, it's like, man, I've come so far. Like I made such really good progress and I'm proud of that. And I'm just proud to see my friends, my family like talk about the things I talk about. Like, yeah, this stuff can be deep and sometimes people don't want to talk about it. But I feel like there should be a conversation to be had when you talk about hard work, the stuff that is going to cost you to reach your goals. That's a conversation that everybody should have. And I'm glad that I can have a channel where I could talk to you guys about it and maybe influence someone influence someone to be the best that they can be and to live out their best life possible. And that's like one of the reasons I love content creating because I know I can reach people around the world. Just like I've been reached, around the world by other people. So I'm in a very blessed position to help people and I'm glad that I can help you. I'm glad that I can help myself and that people have helped me and that, we continue to strive forward knowing that, sometimes perilous times will come. Sometimes there'll be like trials and tribulations that you have to face, whether it's by yourself or together with people. But no matter what you go through, no matter what type of hell that you go through, it's like, if you're going to go through hell, you might as well keep going because you're walking through it strong and no one's going to take you down. Like, yeah, people have said things about you or maybe they've done, who knows what anybody has done to you. But I feel like if you know who you are, like I've said before, and you know where you come from, there's nothing that anybody can do to take that away from you. Like people can slander you, they can say things about you, and I've been a victim of saying some pretty rude stuff to people too, but like as I better myself, I start to mature and realize like instead of doing what everybody else in the world is doing, which is ridiculing people online or everybody just talking nonsense to each other, it's like I might as well just be like a beacon of influence to try to tell people to do better and to live a better life, as I try to do that for myself too. Because a lot of people are just focused on such stupid things. Like, no wonder why they never get anywhere in life. They're all focused on such mindless, minuscule things that, like, not going to get them anywhere. Like, most people wake up and worry about their numbers instead of worrying about their family. Or most people worry about that next materialistic thing they want to buy rather than buying somebody food that really needs it or clothing. So, like, for me, it's like, I'm done wasting time on people that, like, want to just live some, like, worldly life, Like, some just... And, like, I'm mostly talking to, like, for people that are from America, you know what I mean, or people that know a lot about stuff over here. A lot of people just live online and like live this fake life instead of like actually trying to pump meaning into their life and meaning into themselves. So that's like one thing I take very seriously on my channel is like every time I talk to you guys, I want to make sure there's substance, that there's meaning. And even people that know me personally, when I have conversations with them or they see my life, because you never know what's going to happen. Maybe I don't get to live a full life, but I want to make sure that I'm leaving pieces for you guys to follow that can help you in your own life, and that I can some way help and give you guys ambition to be different from everybody else and not follow a crowd. And if you do follow a crowd, make sure that that's a right crowd that wants to succeed, wants to help other people do so, and wants to make sure that everybody around them, especially people just of all different types of, you know, all around the world, whether it's their different ethnicities, their different races, genders, whatever it might be, that these people are helping people to try to succeed. And, you know, I don't know, I'm very happy. Um, I'm glad I can have these conversations with you guys because it's not every day that, that people make content talking about this stuff, or maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable for people or whatever. But if you guys, enjoy these topics, I definitely want to always keep it up because, this is stuff that I'm passionate about. And like, one day I'd love to do some type of public speaking, or as I grow my platform, reach new people, whether it be through, Twitch, YouTube, my Twitter, my Instagram, whatever it might be, to use everything that I have um, as a betterment to myself and to the people around me, and ultimately to the world, to pretty much leave behind, you know, just like the best type of legacy I possibly can, and just leave behind the best, ambitious motivational story that anybody can do it. And I truly believe anybody can, no matter what you look like, no matter how high, how tall you are, how short, what what you weigh, no matter what any of that is that bothers you, or that you might think might be a detriment to yourself. Just make sure that you're always bettering yourself and that you're always pushing yourself to the absolute, like, human limit that you have, like your absolute capacity. And no doubt, if you do that, I do believe that great things will happen for you, because it's happened for me. And am I anybody special? Like, yes, in my own right, I am unique as a person. But like, the stuff that I talk about and the stuff that I can do, you guys can do as well. And there is no, like, people talk about, like, money, power, status. It like separates you from people, and like there's classes to stuff, and maybe that might be true, maybe that might not be, but either way, never let stuff like that deter you or hold you back from being what you should be, or that you want to be. And I think that's like important message to tell people. So just make sure one thing you do, make sure one thing you don't do is compare yourself to others. That's one big thing that I feel like definitely held me back. So make sure you guys are being safe when it comes to comparing yourself to others. One thing I do, I've heard it from David Goggins, so hopefully you guys can check him out. He's pretty awesome. He was in the U.S. Navy. Um, what was it? He was talking about comparing yourself to yourself. So comparing who you are presently to who you were in the past, and always just better yourself and compare yourself to yourself. There's no need to compare yourself to people on Instagram or people online or anybody. Just make sure that you're learning from people, but you always compare yourself to yourself. But with that said, just make sure that you know what it's all going to cost you and that it's well worth it. I do think that whatever your success is that you want, like I said, it's subjective. So whatever your subjective success is, that you put your all into it and that you put all your chips on the table, and that it will cost you everything. But when you do put everything into it, you're going to get way more than you ever expected back. And I truly believe that that's how it works. That's how success works. Or at least that's how my success is going to work. I'm going to put everything into it, but it's going to feel like, well worth it, because I'm going to get so much more out of it and be able to do so much more for other people. So that's how I see that. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave it a like. Please comment down below what you guys thought of it. And please sub and hit the bell, because it helps, get my videos out there, especially the like button. If you guys hit the like button and give, YouTubers watch time, it helps with the algorithm of putting our videos out. But yeah, thank you guys for supporting me. I know it's been a while since I uploaded. I've been busy with work, but I'm going to record some videos this weekend so that you guys have videos for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'll be hard at work trying to give you guys some more content, but thank you guys for supporting me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. You guys stay blessed.